Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and I just wanted to pop on and share some of what I'm doing to set up my new planning systems. I am working on the April page, and I've had a little trial and error. But what I've done is I've made this April 2021 graphic in Photoshop, but you could achieve the same thing using Canva. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this in this B6 Traveler's Notebook because I kind of have a different color scheme going on here. And I was thinking that in my B6 Stology, with which I've yet to open, that I would have a more fun, light, girly color scheme, if you will. So I have multiples of the April page, and I could even actually use it in my A6 Hobonichi Tech Gel because the graphic is technically 4x6. I made it a little smaller so that it would fit in a B6 size with a nice border space around it in case I wanted to use washi tape or something like that. But I did want this to have a border. So I have printed it on vellum. I printed it on 20-pound paper. I'm using 20-pound paper in these notebooks because it's thin and I don't want to buy Tomoe River paper right now. So I'm using the thinnest papers that I have so that I don't create a lot of bulk. This one here is one of my trial and errors. This is another trial and error because I wanted the blue to be at the top and it was at the bottom. So when you're working on things like this, it's not always going to come out perfect. You do have to experiment sometimes, and if you don't know which way to put paper in your printer, this is, you have a little trial and error. So I learned which way to do it and how I needed to do it. I found out that I needed to use the full background instead of trying to use the exact size that I wanted the final graphic to be in order to get it to print properly. So yeah, things happen and you just kind of have to work around it and figure it out. So that's what I did. So I finally got these two that I want to use, but I'm concerned about the saturation of toner in the graphic. My printer is not printing as dark as it used to. I don't know if I need a new cartridge or what's going on. So I'm going to test foiling on this first before I use my other printouts. So here I'm just trimming down the foil to cover the image. And I just need enough to cover it. We don't need to cover the whole page because the foil is only going to stick to the black area, which is where the toner is. So how I did this, oh, I'm just using a regular piece of paper to put over the top. It's not necessary, but I do like to protect the foil. So, and let me explain how I did this. I printed the colored background first on my inkjet printer, and then I printed the black image on top with my laser printer. And as you can see, it printed off the edge on this one because the two printers have different margins, and that's when I discovered I need to print the full background and then print the black graphic on top. But again, like I said, I'm just going to use this as a test. And technically, I could use this one too. It's just everything is a little too close to the edge. So, anywho, I'm going to go ahead and run this through the laminator. And I've heard that the mink works better for foiling because it gets hotter than a laminator. I don't know if that's true. I've never used a mink, and I don't think I know anybody that uses one. So I'm not sure that that's true. I haven't had any problems using the laminator. My laminator is very old, so that may be why. I do have a couple other laminators that are newer, but I'm still just stuck on using my old laminator. And what I do to make sure my laminator is hot, I don't use it as soon as the hot light comes on, the hot light indicator letting me know that it's ready to go. I wait 15 or 20 minutes after that to make sure my laminator is good and hot. And I've noticed even with using laminate pouches, if I do use it as soon as that hot light comes on, I don't get as good of a result as I do when I wait and let the laminator really heat up. So here I was about to run this through again, and I noticed there were wrinkles on that top sheet. And if I run that through again, it's going to put wrinkles in my foil, so I didn't do it. And I can't use that sheet again to run through because it will put wrinkles. But I'm peeling off the foil very carefully. And I do see one spot that was missed. And again, that is because of the way my printer printed it. The toner, I don't know what's going on. But I'm not crazy about this foil because, as you can see, it looks like it has stripes in it. And at first I thought maybe it was something that happened during the laminating process, but at looking at the piece that I didn't use, it's the same way, and I just don't like that look. It makes it difficult to see the image, and I'm thinking that it's because the lines are vertical, and I don't know why I never noticed that before, that it had that. It's probably because I was laminating something that had really thin lines and it wasn't noticeable. But here I'm showing you the wrinkles in the paper. And yeah, if you use that again, it's going to wrinkle your foil. So just moving the excess out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and add foil on the vellum. Now I really want to use the vellum in my setup, but I don't know. So this time, as I'm trimming it down, I am going to try and make those lines go horizontal instead of vertical. And I'm hoping that it will look better and that we'll be able to see the foiled image better than we were with those lines going vertically. And here I'm thinking about if I should put another page over it. Like I said, that's not necessary. It's just something that I do. So I'm going to take a chance here and run it through without the cover on it. Okay, so let's see what we've got this time. I'm just going to carefully peel it off. I don't know if you need to be careful, but I always feel like I need to be careful when I peel the foil off and do the reveal. And ta-da, here we go. So I like it a little bit better than with those stripes going vertical. I can see some little patchy areas where my toner is very light, and so the foil doesn't stick as well, but I'm still not happy with how that looks with those stripes. And now I kind of regret that I put it on my vellum, but it's still usable. I'm just not crazy about the look. So because I don't like that much, I am going to try and use a different color foil. So I have gunmetal, which was a no. I have rose gold, which I think is a yes. I also have white foil, and for whatever reason, I bought 2 rolls of black foil. I won't be using those. And here I have a hot pink foil, and I don't think I'll be using that one either. Yeah, that's a no. So rose gold it is. I'm going to go ahead and trim off a piece, and we're going to foil this on the regular paper and see how it looks. And I keep the excess foil, those small pieces, as well as the piece that is used. A lot of times you can reuse those used pieces on smaller things. I don't know that that will work very well with this since there's such solid areas of foil, but It just depends on what you're foiling and how big it is. But I don't like to throw them away unless I've used them at least twice. So I'm just trimming down the foil to cover the image. And for whatever reason, the foil causes, the glare on the foil causes the camera to show dark here and there. So I don't know why that is. So again, I'm running it through without a cover sheet or carrier sheet. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'm gonna pull it from the top this time. Ooh, it's blinding. So that looks pretty nice. I like that much better than the hollow. You see, there's no stripes in the other one. I don't like the stripes. So even though I can still use the others as well, I like this one the best. The rose gold turned out great. Also, this background and graphic are available to patron elites over on my Patreon at patreon.com/scrapcraftastic. If you're not a patron, join us over there. So I hope you enjoyed this project share of another step in me setting up one of my new planning system planners. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Be sure to check the community tab and my stories for updates throughout the week. Also, check us out over at patreon.com/scrapcraftastic for exclusive content and digital downloads. Visit my other channel, Journal Life's Journey, for craft videos and junk journals. You can find me across social media at Scrapcraftastic. Visit my website and shop at scrapcraftastic.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!